Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. 60 years of festival history was celebrated this weekend as the Crucian Christmas Festival. Children and adults presented Live the Dream, Music, Mass, and History for the 60th anniversary. Over 50 unique troupe and flute entries participated in this year's event, making it a festival to remember. News 2's Jan brings us highlights from this year's festival parades.
60 years of culture came to life in the town of Frederiksted as the Crucian Christmas Festival celebrated its annual Children's and Adults Parade following the theme Live the Dream, Music, Mass, and History. The 60th anniversary festivities celebrated the present but paid homage to the past by honoring and inviting former Miss St. Croix royalty to attend the festivities and officially crowning the reigning Miss St. Croix, Cleandra Williams, in front of all in attendance. The festival princess and duchess also reigned over the parades, along with many other Virgin Islands royalty. Once the sparkling tiaras made their way down the parade route, high-energy performances from majorettes, along with the sounds of sweet steel pan music, could be heard to officially kick things off, making way for the long stilts of traditional makajumbis and masqueraders. Not too far behind was the blares of speakers, playing the many songs battling for Road March champions, and leading familiar and even new troops down the road, who all captured mass, music, and history in their own unique ways. From 68 birthday cakes and solid elements in the children's parade, to glitz, glamour, and even spaceship adventures in the adults parade. Over 50 entries showcased a parade of colors, along with fun and festive dance moves that made the day one for everyone to enjoy. Top winners in the children's parade included Ricardo Richards Flute, Solid Elements Troupe, St. Croix Majorettes, Elena Christian Masqueraders, and Steel Orchestra. And in the adults parade, big winners included Gentlemen of Jones, Lockhart and Associates, the Simply Sophisticated Fun Troupe, J&J Fun Troupe, St. Croix Majorettes, Guardians of Culture, Rising Stars, and the four-time Road March champions was fusion band with We Want Jam. Overall, the festivities was truly one for the record books and one that took the thousands of viewers in attendance through a time capsule of 60 years of festival history, incorporating the past with the present and looking forward to a bright future for the Crucian Christmas Festival. Jan, News 2.
Now, for more highlights from this year's Crucian Christmas Festival, you can visit www.stxfestival.com or you can go to Crucian Christmas Festival on Facebook. Well, VI Delegate to Congress Donna Christensen was sworn in to the 113th Congress last week. Christensen took the oath of office Thursday as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives for the 9th time and thanked VI residents for giving her the opportunity to serve once more. But Christensen said there are challenges ahead. She and fellow delegates challenged Republican leaders who support excluding delegates from voting privileges on the House floor. Christensen introduced 10 bills on the first day of the new Congress, 9 old ones and 1 new bill. Well, a new year will mean new legislation for the territory on Monday, January 14th, when the new Senate-elects prepare for their official swearing-in ceremonies. Many across the territory will be on hand as these new Senate-elects reaffirm their obligation to the territory.
Are inviting the entire Virgin Islands community to come out and witness all public events that will welcome in the 38th legislature. The 15-member body will have a full slate of events on January 14th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. with the invitation-only ecumenical church service at the Frederick Lutheran Evangelical Church just north of Emancipation Garden. This will be followed at 10 a.m. by the swearing-in ceremony in the Emancipation Garden. Following the swearing-in, the senators will take a short walk over to the Capitol building for the final event of the day, the organization of the 38th legislature, scheduled to start at noon in the Earl B. Otley Legislative Hall.
Now, the swearing-in of those newly elected will continue following Friday's district court hearing by Judge Raymond Finch. The plaintiffs, 5 former candidates, argued their case on why a new election should be granted on a one-page paper ballot. The defendants include each district's elections board chair, the joint boards, and supervisor of elections. The hearing was held on St. Croix and video teleconferenced to St. Thomas. News 2's Erica Bivens is standing by with this update.
That's right, Sandy. District Judge Raymond Finch, who issued an opinion Sunday, denied the plaintiff's motion for injunctive relief to stop the swearing in of those newly elected. Now, in that opinion, he stated plaintiffs have not met their burden of showing a likelihood of success on the merits, nor have they shown irreparable harm. Finch also denied the defendant's motion to dismiss, stating they did not address the constitutional issues associated with the plaintiff's cause of action. The opinion comes after Friday's hearing where the plaintiffs, 5 former candidates, represented themselves pro se on various election complaints. They began with calling out the Attorney General's office, stating it was a conflict of interest for the AG to represent the Board of Elections while also investigating them. However, the judge allowed for it. During the course of the 3-hour hearing, plaintiffs called on many testifiers, including St. Croix Elections Board Member Adelbert Bryan, Board Chair Rupert Ross, and St. Thomas St. John Board Chair Alicia Wells. Plaintiff Lawrence Olive asked Wells if our voting machines meet Act Number 7334, which requires them to be EAC or federally certified. Wells stated they did not. However, the AG said it was okay to use them. Olive also asked whether the St. Thomas St. John ballot issue preventing a write-in option for St. John election candidates was resolved before Election Day. Wells, who won that race, stated her name should have been separated, but was not. 2 poll workers also testified about paper ballots running out and voting machine numbers not matching the number of voter signatures. Following the plaintiff's presentation, Judge Finch said he heard enough and did not allow the defendants to call any witnesses. Following the hearing, the defendants filed a motion to dismiss, which was countered by the plaintiff's opposing brief. Judge Finch issued his opinion Sunday, which plaintiffs say was disappointing, but not a setback.
As far as we're concerned, that aspect will be continuing, and I am sure it would allow us to present all facts. I'm hoping and praying that the district attorney will be taken a part in that. I hope that the FBI will be taken a part in that, because indeed there are too many laws that have been broken by the Board of Elections.
Now, Monsanto says as they move forward, they will discuss the 22 pages of laws they documented the Board of Elections has broken with evidence. So it looks like it's far from over. Sandy?
Thanks for that update, Erica. Meanwhile, turning our attention stateside, the president announced his nominations for his next CIA director and defense secretary, but one of his choices could lead a fight in the Senate. Danielle Nottingham reports from Washington.
Brennan.
President Obama is naming his second-term national security team. The president wants John Brennan for CIA director and Chuck Hagel to replace retiring Defense Secretary Leon Panetta. Hagel is a Vietnam veteran and former Republican senator.
Chuck Hagel's leadership of our military would be historic. He'd be the first person of enlisted rank to serve as Secretary of Defense.
But some members of his own party say they won't support him.
I'm disappointed the president has nominated Mr. Hagel, and I would urge the Senate to oppose that nomination.
Hagel upset Republicans when he said Israel should negotiate directly with Hamas, which the U.S. considers a terrorist group.
Mr. President, I'm grateful for this opportunity to serve our country again, and especially its men and women in uniform and their families.
President Obama has considered Hagel an ally since his days in the Senate. The president is also close to John Brennan, who currently serves as his counterterrorism advisor.
He is one of the hardest working public servants I've ever seen. I'm not sure he's slept in 4 years.
The longtime CIA veteran was in the Situation Room during the raid that killed Osama bin Laden.
Leading the agency in which I served for 25 years would be the greatest privilege as well as the greatest responsibility of my professional life.
Brennan would replace David Petraeus, who resigned the top job at the CIA after admitting to an affair. Danielle Nottingham, News 2.
And keeping our eye on the economy, Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, and 8 other major banks and mortgage companies have agreed to pay $8.5 billion to settle charges that they wrongfully foreclosed on homeowners. Under the settlement, wronged homeowners could receive anywhere from a few $100s up to $125,000. Federal regulators say the banks mishandled people's paperwork and skipped required steps in the foreclosure process. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank's Stock Market Watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 50, Nasdaq 2, S&P 4. Coming up on News 2, customers in the Virgin Islands experienced outages in voice, data, and wireless services for the second time in 3 weeks. Contractors working on VINGN's underground fiber construction on St. Thomas caught Innovative's fiber cables. Plus, why officials are requesting a one-year extension on the Main Street project and what that will mean for the territory. Details coming up. Governor John DeYoung and officials from Public Works and the Water and Power Authority are waiting for a response from FEMA to request a one-year extension on the Main Street project. The governor is asking the federal agency for the change to help lessen the negative impact two construction projects will have on the territory's economy. News2's Erica Parsons has that story.
Governor DeYoung is asking the Federal Emergency Management Agency to push back the deadline for the underground work of the Main Street Revitalization Project by 1 year. The reason? To lessen the impact two construction projects would have on the local economy. That's because WAPA's Underground Hazard Mitigation Project was set to start this month to ensure a March completion right in the height of the tourist season. The Public Works and Federal Highway Administration's Main Street project would pick up in May. Both agency heads co-signed the governor's letter to FEMA. Officials say combining their efforts minimizes the disruptions residents, tourists, and especially business owners would experience if the two construction projects go on as scheduled.
The businesses would be interrupted more than once from a disruption of business from the project itself, as well as an interruption from an electrical side. So to minimize that, and that inconvenience to both the businesses, the tourists that will be visiting the area, it's important that these projects coincide.
There was a time extension previously granted for the project, and the governor asked FEMA to consider that granting another extension would help complete two important downtown Charlotte-Amalie projects.
The challenge for WAPA really is that FEMA granted a time extension to have this project completed, and with the recent storm in New Jersey, Sandy, FEMA would be looking for any available funds that would maybe available to reprogram towards the New Jersey-New York effort. And we don't want to jeopardize that funding. That's why it was imperative that we requested this time extension and provide the justification that's necessary.
That justification? Avoiding disruption to the Main Street merchants for the second season in a row. Erica Parsons, News 2.
According to Governor's office, a similar project is going on in downtown Christiansted, but a request for extension wasn't pursued since FEMA already told WAPA they couldn't get an extension for work on St. Croix. Well, for the second time in 3 weeks, contractors working on VINGN's underground fiber construction on St. Thomas cut Innovative's fiber cables. On Friday, Innovative customers in the Virgin Islands experienced outages in voice, data, and wireless services, according to a press release issued by Innovative on Sunday. Customers on both St. Thomas and St. Croix experienced the outages, which have been fully restored. Innovative maintains they will be working closely with VINGN to prevent incidents like these from adversely affecting the company's infrastructure and service. Innovative is the parent company of CBS TV2. Meanwhile, Innovative is advising their cable TV subscribers that there will be a slight rate increase effective February 1st. For the last year and a half, the company has launched high-definition service and provided access to HD digital video recorders. They've also installed a new network, all designed to bring better quality programming to residents. The total monthly rate for expanded service will be $65.94. And current subscribers should have received a notice with the new rates for all packages. Customers with basic service will not see an increase. Again, Innovative is the parent company of CBS TV2. The Department of Health is helping to stave off all these pesky mosquitoes and any risks of mosquito-borne illness with 3 days of fogging on St. Croix. Tuesday, residents in estates Williams Delight and Wim can expect the fog truck in their neighborhoods. Wednesday will be estates Montbijou and Estate Glen. Thursday, La Grande Princess and Little Princess. Fog will hit St. Thomas the following Tuesday. In Bournefield, UVI, and Lindbergh Bay on Wednesday. Fort Milner, Hidden Valley, and Anna's Retreat. Fogging trucks will hit St. John and Crucian Coral Bay on Thursday night. Fogging will start from 6 to 9 p.m. Well, on some sad news, many are saddened to learn of the passing of radio personality Bob Leon Wilmer. Bob was a familiar voice to many as the host of Sports of All Sorts at WSCA 1340 AM radio. Bob joined WSCA Lucky 13 in 1987 and became the program director in 1995. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Bob had been working in radio broadcasting on St. Thomas since 1971, where he started with FM station WCRN as the news director. He then moved on to WVWI broadcasting over the airwaves for 14 years. Our condolences go out to his family as well as the WSCA radio family. Bob Wilmer passed away at the Royal Liechtensteiner Hospital on Sunday. Stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.